All right, shalom, y'all. Continuing with my relationship series. The title of today's lesson, as you can see up there on the screen, is the 6 qualities for a successful relationship. You know what I'm saying? For a successful marriage, for a successful relationship. And, that's just kind of the quick way I put it for the title. But basically, there's 3 things the man needs to do, and there's 3 things the woman needs to do. Or another way to put it is there's 3 qualities that the man needs to have, and there's 3 qualities the woman needs to have. And if they're lacking, like in 2 of those areas, it's not gonna work. And you'll understand what I'm talking about when I bring it out, because I just tried to make this real simple. When you're in these relationships and you're going through stuff, it has to be simple. Okay, so I'm gonna go over them real quick. So for the woman, in order for a woman to keep a man, she needs to give the man affection. And when I say affection, I'm talking about give him some of that puss, okay, for lack of a better word. But she needs to be submissive, and what I mean by that is not argumentative, nagging, all that stuff like that. And that doesn't, and I'm gonna go into it more, but don't take that to mean, oh, she can't tell him nothing and correct him and stuff like that. My wife tells me all types of stuff. Sometimes I'm in the middle of making some big decision. She like, well, did you think about blah blah blah? And it's stuff I totally didn't think about. Well, what I'm talking about is the nagging, and it just don't stop in your life. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So she needs to be a peaceful woman. Let's call that second one a peaceful woman. She needs to be peaceful, and then the third one is she has to be caregiving. When I say caregiving, she has to support that man as far as whether it be cooking, just taking care of his needs. Everybody like, you trying to be a caveman, a male chauvinistic pig, and all that. Nah, I choose the old ways. You know what I'm saying? Like the book says. You know what I'm saying? But so with that said, let's go into the qualities that a man has to have. Okay, and I'm gonna break all this down practically, so you'll see that hey, I'm not just throwing this out there because that's what I want or something like that. Okay, so the qualities that the man needs to have is he needs to be, let's see, the best way to put it, he has to be he has to give affection, direction, and correction. Okay, so let's break each one of those down. Affection. Okay, I'm not talking about just trying to get the puss. I'm talking about he needs to be romantic. You know what I'm saying? Take her, do careful things. Take her out on dates, stuff like that. And this is the area I'm working on being better in. You know what I'm saying? What you see happens a lot in this society, they treat the affection like it's the the meat and the potatoes of the relationship, but affection coming from the man can be treated more like a seasoning. You know what I'm saying? It's not the bulk of everything, it's a part. Okay? But it's important that a man show be affection or romantic or whatever you want to call it. Where, yeah, you take her out on a nice date, you do little nice caring things, and you know what I'm saying? You do that type of stuff for her. Okay? What you see in this society is most men do this. Okay? They've been trained to, if she's mad, this is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first one, affection. The second one is direction. Okay? When I'm counseling people, this is a big one. Okay? This is one of the big, it's always either this one or the next one. I'm going to say that where they're lacking at. So the second one is direction. Okay? And that is leading, being a leader, making wise decisions for the family. Okay? These three qualities I name, affection, direction, and correction. If you're providing these three qualities, your woman can safely trust in you. She could just lay back, let go, and walk in her natural femininity. She can do the three qualities I laid out in, because you've created an environment where she can be that way. You see what I'm saying? So let's talk about more about direction. Direction is the leading. That's the wisdom. Okay, that's being wise. That's being able to make wise financial decisions. You know, a joke I always make, like, I be getting dudes calling me, and they be like, "Yeah, I can't figure out why she mad at me. You know, this, that, and the other." And I'm asking questions, stuff like that, this, that. And they're like, "Yeah, you know, I do the investing. You know, she asked me what to invest in, and we're investing in lotto tickets." You know, it's like, well, what do you expect? You know, you're making stupid investment decisions. She has to worry what's your next bad decision, or she has to worry if your next bad decision is gonna ruin her life, and you know what it's going to take you all the way under. So the best way I put it is the leadership or the direction aspect is going to be you're going to develop that studying God's word, praying for wisdom, studying Proverbs, Ecclesiasticus. You know, I'm always harping on those books. If you need development in these areas, you know, I did. But yeah, I always harp on those books. And that's how you're going to develop that, making wise decisions, seeing where you're not leading and making wise decisions. Where you're asking her, "Honey, well, what do I do?" That's a turnoff. Okay? So, direction. And then the last one, affection. Okay? Not affection, correction. Okay? I just corrected myself. But anyway, correction. And correction's the big one. You know what I'm saying? Correction is the one a lot of men, like, they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do that." Okay? But correction is correcting her when she's off, when something's not right about her, being willing to be assertive. Okay? And if I could real quick, I'll pull up a good definition of that word assertive, and you'll see why I purposely use that word. Okay? And there's my favorite definition for it is in Wikipedia, believe it or not. So it says assertiveness is the quality of being self-assured and confident without being aggressive. Okay? So it's like it's balanced, but so it's being self-assured and confident without being aggressive. So you're willing to draw a line with her and say, nah, you ain't gonna do that. Okay? That creates attraction in a woman. Literally, and like I said, I'll do a whole lesson on that and show you biblically, verse by verse, where literally assertiveness is attraction. Assertiveness is what draws them into you. But let me continue. So with the correction, like I said, correction is the biggest one. Correction is the one where, because when people call me for counseling, this is all, literally, this is all I'm listening for. Most of the time, the dudes is doing the romantic thing. And I don't know if I said this earlier, with both sides, with the woman or with the man, if they're doing any two of these, the relationship is going to work. It'll work. So if you got a man who is assertive and he's romantic or gives affection, things are going to work out. You pick any two of those qualities, things will work. What I run into a lot is a lot of men only doing one of those. So a lot of men and most of the time the men are only being affectionate or romantic. And then when the woman starts getting frustrated because she's not getting the other two, well, they start they turn the romance up even higher, and then it accelerates her getting pissed off. You know what I'm saying? They can't figure out why. But let's go to the woman's side. If you got a woman, again, she's being affectionate. She giving you the puss, and she cooking food, cooking your meals for you and stuff like that. But she nag you all the time. Things will still work out. Dude will tough that thing out. You got a girl. She doesn't nag, and she cooks food and all that stuff for you, but she don't give you the puss. Things are still gonna go great. Like I said, you pick any two of those, and the relationship will still work. But what you got is a lot of times a woman will be nagging and she won't cook for you. The only thing she giving you is that thing, and things ain't gonna work. The dude will just be there for a little while, then boom. And you'll see these women that sit there, they're single all the time, and they can't figure out why no man want to be with them. It's because they nagging and they ain't doing nothing for no man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the women and the relationships I've seen where the woman is, she's giving them that thing, and she's not nagging, but she don't cook. You run into a lot of those, but they're in a relationship. Things is good. You know what I'm saying? Things are going along. But if you want your man to really change and all that, you do all three, and you'll see that dude really change. Those types of women are never single. And it's plain and simple that way. Like if you're a chronically single woman, it's because most of the time you're nagging a lot. And you don't want to do nothing for a man, and the only thing you know how to do is give him that puss. That's it. So that's why you chronically single. You know what I'm saying? Same thing if you a dude and you chronically single, the only thing you know how to do is go to the store, buy some roses, spend money on them, take them out to dinner or wherever you take them, but you don't know, or you're scared to be assertive with them. you're scared to lead. You know what I'm saying? And women are attracted to leadership. Here's the proof on that one. Ask any woman. And the woman, put it in the comments if I'm right. Think about all your relationships, women, and men. Ask somebody. If you ask a woman about the relationships she's been in, and what relationship were you just, all turned on and hot and bothered about that dude, and the dude that really got your emotions going, it was a man who was assertive. He was on his own path. He wasn't all focused on you. He was doing his thing, and you had to kind of chase to keep him and all that stuff. What he was doing was exemplifying some of these qualities of leadership and being assertive, being willing to, exuding this behavior, being self-assured. That I'm reading that definition of assertiveness. Assertiveness is the quality of being self-assured and confident without being aggressive. Okay? So he was showing those qualities. So you see what I'm saying is real. If you think about it, same thing, man. If you just think about the woman that was really into you, it was because you weren't that into her. You were doing your thing or whatever. And a woman that didn't want to be bothered with you, you were like super high in that romance area, and in the other two areas, you were low as heck. So anyway, that was an introduction to these qualities, and it was like a real brief one. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna really go in and break those down to on a biblical level, because all this stuff as it stands right now, yeah, there's some proof, some social proof in probably in your lives with some of the stuff I said, but I'm gonna show you, because showing you in the Bible is what counts. So in some of the coming lessons, I'm gonna break those down to the minute particle level, and show you scripture by scripture in context, plain and simple, that what I just told you is spot on. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we'll do that in the coming days, weeks, whatever, so you could get better understanding on these. But I hope this was informative. I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. And, like, comment, subscribe, and shalom.